By adding a handful of live ants to warm milk, a group of anthropologists and food scientists investigated how to make ant yogurt, and they ultimately discovered that it contains the same ingredient as a popular type of bread. The bacteria in the ant yogurt, which they made using a traditional Balkan method, are a strain that's commonly used as a sourdough starter today. They then served the yogurt to patrons at a restaurant to showcase historical methods of fermenting food. The process behind concocting this ant delicacy is dramatically different from how the fermented dairy food is industrially made today. Today's yogurts are typically made with just two bacterial strains. The strains, Lactobacillus bulgaricus and Streptococcus thermophilus, are introduced to warm milk as a bulk starter. The bacteria ferment the sugars in the milk, producing lactic acid, which lowers the acidity and causes the milk to coagulate. This also gives yogurt its consistency and flavor. If you look at traditional yogurt, you have much bigger biodiversity because various bacterial strains impart different flavors and textures to the food. Researchers previously gathered oral histories from people in Turkey and Bulgaria that describe different methods of creating yogurt, including the use of redwood ants to kickstart the process. The researchers visited a village in Bulgaria, where locals recalled the tradition of using ants to make yogurt. A microbiologist dropped 4 whole ants into a jar of warm milk at the instruction of some older community members. After keeping the jar of milk warm in the ant mound overnight, they tried the yogurt that had formed, and described it as slightly tangy and herbaceous. After making the ant yogurt, the team studied it to understand the role of the ant holobiont, which includes both the ant and the microbial communities in and on the creature. Chemical analysis of the yogurt revealed that the dominant bacterium responsible for fermentation was Fructolactobacillus sanfrancisensis, a species that is much better known as a key ingredient in sourdough bread. Additionally, they discovered an abundance of formic acid in the yogurt. Wood ants produce large amounts of formic acid in their venom gland, and they can spray it as a defense mechanism. The formic acid gave the yogurt a unique taste and texture. This study highlights ants as a reservoir of bacteria with potential for food fermentation, and the importance of both ant biodiversity and traditional practices in maintaining this potential.